What's mental, guys? My name is Alvin Maina, and welcome back to my YouTube channel whereby we talk about everything related to mental health. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about eating disorders. Now, before we begin today's episode, I really want to thank all of you for always supporting my channel and the content that I post here. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, for liking the content that I post, and for sharing it with your friends. I could not have done all of this without you guys, and that really shows that you're moving in the right direction because it helps me reach a larger audience and be able to create an awareness in relation to mental health. Now, without much further ado, we are going to proceed to today's topic. So, in basic definition, eating disorders, it's any or rather a range of psychological disorders characterized by abnormal or disturbed eating habits. So, in basic terms, what I'm trying to say, it's just that eating disorders, it's not all about food. It's a complex mental health condition that requires intervention of medical and psychological experts to alter their course. For those who are already experiencing eating disorders, now this is a sign that you need actually to get help that can actually help you to be able to control and also be able to overcome your mental, you know, to be able to overcome your eating disorders. Now, there are several signs of eating disorders, and I'm going to list them down and we're going to talk about them. Now, for the first one is the first sign of eating disorder is it's a dramatic weight loss. You see a certain person, they have started to reduce weight at an alarming rate. This is because maybe they are avoiding to eat certain types of food, or they are avoiding to eat food at all, or rather they are restricting the amount of food that they consume. Now, the second sign of eating disorder is concerns about eating in public. You don't want to be seen eating food in public, or rather with your peers, or rather with people that you live with. Maybe it can be your family or friends. The other sign is preoccupation with weight and the type of food that you eat and the calories that you consume, and also concerned about dieting. The other sign of eating disorders can be excuse to avoid mealtime, like you don't want to eat at certain periods of meal times. For example, you skip lunch, or you skip supper, or you skip breakfast, or that kind of behavior. Now, the other sign of eating disorder can be intense fear of weight gain or being fat. A lot of people get these disorders because they don't want to be called by their friends or family fat, because maybe you're consuming a lot of food. The other sign can be dressing in layers to hide weight loss. Like you have an eating disorder and you don't want to show people that you are losing weight, so you dress in baggy clothes or big clothes that can cover that up so that people cannot see that you are losing weight. The other sign is limiting amounts and types of food consumed. Like you may hear a person say they don't want to eat junk food, they don't want to eat pizza or something because they think it is going to make them fat, or they think the amount of calories they will be consuming are going to be a lot for them. The other sign is also refusing to eat certain types of food. As I've said earlier, this can include you, or rather can include a person not eating certain types of food. For example, in most cases, people don't like eating junk food, because they'll be like, I'm going to gain a lot of weight, I don't want to be called fat, and certain other aspects that they are trying to avoid. The other sign can be denying the feeling of hunger. So you're feeling hungry, but yet you don't want to eat because you don't want maybe to grow fat, or rather increase your body weight or something like that. And the last sign, it could be expressing a need to burn calories. Like you become obsessed with trying to burn calories in your body. You are trying to do vigorous exercises, excessive exercises, you know, trying not to consume certain amount of calories. There are those type of people, even they measure their food, or certain behaviors. Those are all related to eating disorders. Now, the physical signs for eating disorders include fainting. Can also get to experience dry skin because probably you're not getting the right nutrients to keep your skin healthy. The other physical sign can be dry, thin nails. There is also thinning hair. Then there is sleeping irregularities, and also feeling cold all the time, probably because your body is not processing enough food to keep you warm. Then muscle weakness. This can be related to lack of eating. Your muscles will start being weak, or you may start experiencing weakness. And now the last physical sign can be poor immune system. Like you can easily start getting sick because probably you're skipping on all the nutrients that your body needs to boost your immune system. Now there are various causes of eating disorders, like personality traits. This really has to do more with a person. For example, if you're a person who strives to achieve perfectionism, or for example, if you're a person who struggles to achieve that perfect body type, you want them abs, you want them muscles, you don't want to have a tummy, you don't want to be seen as fat. That can lead to eating disorders. Now, the other cause is genetics. If you are related to a person who gets to experience eating disorders, the likelihood of you also getting to experience it is high, because if you live in a family of people that are afraid to eat certain types of food because they want to get fat or rather increase their body weight, you're also going to start limiting on the amount and types of foods that you're going to be consuming. The other cause is pressure to be seen as thin. Now, this is mostly on social media or in certain industries. For example, the fashion industries, like you see the models really struggle not to eat certain foods so that they cannot gain weight, so that can be seen as the perfect body type by other people. Like you're struggling to achieve perfectionism for other people, but not for yourself. Now, there are types of eating disorders. There is anorexia nervosa, which can be developed during adolescence and affects more women than men, as illustrated by research carried out by professionals. Now, this type of people that get to experience this type of eating disorders, they mostly tend to monitor their weight. Like everything they do is mostly concerned about them gaining weight. So they want to increase their weight, so they limit the amount of food that they get to take. Now, the other type of eating disorder is bulimia nervosa. Now, for this one, it also develops during adolescent stage, and it also affects most women than men. I'm not saying that it does not affect men, it's just that it affects more women than men. Now, for this type of eating disorder, you will find that these people eat large amounts of food in a specific period of time, mostly during binge watching or something like that. Then, these people, after they realize that they have eaten a lot of food than they actually should take, they start practicing certain behaviors like forced vomiting, fasting, using laxatives, and also excessive exercises, because they're trying to now reduce the amount of food that they took in, so that they cannot get weight, so that they cannot gain weight. Now, the other type of eating disorder is binge eating disorder. Now, this one is mostly involved like if you're watching a movie or you're just doing something and you just want to eat. So this type of people, they don't restrict what they eat. They don't restrict on calories. They're not even watching on their weight, and they don't even engage in purging behaviors such as forced vomiting or excessive exercises. They are just, they just eat because they really want to eat. It's not because they have an urge to eat, or rather they are feeling hungry. They're just taking in food excessively. Now, the fourth type is called PICA, eating disorder. Now, this type of people, they crave non-food substances, non-food substances such as, soil, dirt, ice, soap, paper, even hair, and sometimes even clothes. This this type of eating disorder can occur to any age group. It's not limited to one age group. It can occur in adults, in children, and even adolescents. These people, they may be at risk from infections, poisoning, even gut injuries, among other. So there are various eating disorder treatments. Like, for you to get eating disorder treatment, you actually need medical assistance, and also you need to see a therapist so that you can be able to talk to them, and they can be able to guide you and help you get a tailored treatment plan that will be specifically meant for you, because you can't follow another person's treatment plan. Each person experiences a different type of eating disorder, and you need to get a treatment plan that is tailored to meet your own specific needs. These eating disorders treatment plans include talking to a therapist, and also going for health checkups with a physician, so that they can be able to describe to you what you need to do, so that you can get to maybe your ideal weight, to your ideal body goals. If you're working out, you need like a meal plan. They'll be able to help with you. They'll be able to help you get to eat in a healthy way, and in a way that will also be able to avoid you getting stuck in an eating disorder. It's also important to seek treatment early for eating disorders to avoid medical complications, or rather to avoid a person being frustrated as why they are not getting to their ideal body weight, or rather body shape, and also to prevent suicide rates, which are skyrocketing at the moment because of eating disorders. A lot of people become frustrated, and you need to get checked so that you can be able to get assistance and help that is actually healthy for you, so that you avoid doing certain things or engaging in purging behaviors like forced vomiting, which is not healthy for you. Now, you can support someone that you know, or you have heard of, or you have seen experience eating disorders, as from the signs I earlier illustrated. By You can include them in activities, to bring about the inclusivity factor, so that they don't feel left out, so that they don't struggle with this type of eating disorder on their own. You can actually show them that it's okay where they are, and you can also lead them to a better way. To If they want to lose weight, there are healthy ways you can actually lose weight. If you want to achieve a certain body, a body type that you really want to achieve, there are healthier ways to actually do it. You don't have to starve yourself, you don't have to force yourself to vomit, you don't have to avoid eating at all, like you're skipping meals. It's not healthy for you. So you can also try building their self-esteem. You can try telling them that you are okay, so that they cannot engage in these harmful practices that some people are actually doing, like those purging behaviors. It's actually not even healthy, and it's a serious matter in large aspects. You can also try listening to them. Listen to what they have to say about their eating disorders, like what led up to them getting to that point in their life. Actually try to help them. Listen to them in a point of, not that because you're just listening so that you can listen to them so that you can actually offer healthy advice. And by healthy advice, I mean you can also urge them to go and see a therapist so that they can talk about their eating disorder, and also urge them to go for medical checkups. And in collaboration with the doctor and the therapist, they can actually get a healthy treatment plan that can help them, overcome this eating disorder. So that is all going to be all for this week's episode. I hope you guys are going to learn something. I hope you're going to impact a person that you know that has eating disorders, and you're going to actually help them to get better in healthy ways. Include them in everything you do, talk to them, listen to them, and help them get the help that they deserve, because eating disorder is not necessarily related to food, but it also includes the mental health. I'm going to be seeing you guys next week as I upload another episode, and that's going to be all for today's episode. Kindly subscribe, like, share this content with your friends so that I can continue reaching a larger audience. So till next time, guys, peace out.